the night after our very first presidential debate between Vice President Joe Biden and President Donald Trump. And I would say it could be summarized largely with just one word, and that's chaos. If you watched it, then you know the debate was dominated by crosstalk, interruptions between both of them, and also bitter exchanges. It was really unlike anything I know I've ever seen during a presidential debate. Let's take a quick look. Take a quick look.
Vote now.
You're going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question
you want to put a lot of new Supreme Court justices, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right, gentlemen, I think
This
we've
is
ended
so
this.
unprecedented.
Wait a minute. You get the final word, Mr.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown. Excuse me, this.
Hey,
this
let me just
person.
tell you.
No. Mr. President.
$3.5 million, Joe.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to do
specifically
that, but
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
President Trump right there, clearly not condemning white supremacy. It was really hard to watch. It was so chaotic, but also it just was like, am I watching a presidential debate or am I watching a Real Housewives reunion? It was just so, what's the word? It wasn't even, I don't even think awkward is the word. I would say it was hard to watch. What did you think, Cassie?
You actually stole the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say I felt like it was a Real Housewives reunion.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, I mean, we saw a number of celebrities and politicians, weighing in heavily on social media, saying their opinion on it, but also reacting some of the major moments. And one of them that Kerry Washington summed up, she said, once again, he, referring to President Trump, refuses to condemn white supremacy. And she says, all caps locks, pay attention, folks, please vote. And then also we had comedian Ben Schwartz who tweeted, the host should be able to mute microphones. I can't believe I want this to be more like Zoom, of course, referring to Chris Wallace, who was moderating the debate. And then Glenn Close, I feel like, summarized everything very perfectly with her Instagram photo series of selfies right here, and her reaction saying she's horrified that the world was watching. She says, please vote, vote, vote. I mean, again, Denny, I hate to make a joke out of such a serious, time in our country, but it did feel like watching two kindergartners just going back and forth, and it was uncontrollable. And, it's interesting that Ben Schwartz had said something about the host should be able to mute microphones, because in the wake of the debate, the Commission on Presidential Debates just issued a statement today saying that last night's debate made clear that additional structure should be added to the format of any remaining debates. So I'm very curious as to see how they are going to, implement a more orderly discussion. They said that they're going to announce measures shortly. So we'll see how the next one goes.
Chris Wallace definitely had his work cut out for him moderating that debate last night. And I was less surprised by a lot of the celeb reactions to the debate than, say, the reactions from a lot of political commentators across the networks. I mean, if you watch CNN after the debate, a lot of the commentators there summed up the debate very bluntly. Take a look.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck. That was the worst debate I have ever seen. In fact, it wasn't even a debate. It was a disgrace.
That was a show.
We both just did the same thing. I mean, are they wrong? They're not wrong.
Are they right? That's exactly right. I was just surprised by how blunt they were, and also just how bleak. But I think that's really reflective of how a lot of people were feeling after watching that last night. Yeah.
100%.
You know, that moment where Joe Biden told President Trump to shut up, you know, a lot of people were thinking about, what would Hillary do? What is her reaction? What is she even thinking about watching this debate? And she did have something to say about it. A Twitter user wrote, I so feel for Hillary right now because I'm positive she wanted to say that and couldn't. And Hillary responded, you have no idea. You know, she also just reminded everyone, like, you know what? I'm doing fine, but please vote. And I think that's the message heard everywhere today, including from celebrities who aren't just raising their voices and reacting to last night, but also using their platform to hopefully come up with some solutions, encourage people to get out there and vote. Among them, let's start with Frank Ocean. He returned to social media just before the debates last night and announced that he has a voter registration initiative, writing that debates are on, it all feels fake. The problem's that it's not. Donald is president and might not leave the White House even if he loses the race, so some say. Please vote. Watching him dragged out will be way more entertaining than these debates.
Meanwhile, Denny, we also had Kylie Jenner using the power of her platform and her brand to educate her nearly 200 million followers on Instagram with a bikini photo. I know it sounds crazy, but the power of this photograph right here. So Kylie posted this with a link to vote.org, encouraging her followers to make a vote plan. And you know what? It seems like it worked, because she posted on her Instagram stories to follow up, sharing a screenshot from a text message that says, after you posted the voting information, vote.org saw a 1,500% increase in traffic to the site. Unheard of power. And, you know, to be honest, like, it's no wonder why, politicians and we've seen Governor Newsom in California enlisted some of the Kardashian Jenners to, encourage people to take the coronavirus seriously. And because they do wield a lot of power, or hold a lot of power, I should say, with their platforms, and people listen. And it's not necessarily, saying I'm voting for X person, so you should too. No, it's just
Right.
encouraging people to become more educated, to look up the resources, to, again, figure out your vote plan and do what you need to do your civic duty.
And that celebrity involvement, I think, speaks volumes in that right now it is such a consequential election. But whether you agree with whatever side, I think the goal here is to get as many people activated, because I think the power really is in our hands. It's up to us. Like, of course we need to elect someone to run this country, but it really comes down to us. And we're not even done yet. I mean, the second presidential debate is scheduled for October 15th. And on October 7th, we get Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris. They will face off then. In the meantime, there is so much material from that first debate alone that you have to wonder, how will SNL address this? Saturday Night Live returns to Studio 8H this Saturday for its season 46 premiere. And, we do know that Jim Carrey is set to play Vice President Biden on the show season premiere, as well as Maya Rudolph, who will return as Kamala Harris, which earned her first Emmy. She recently told ET that fans might see her reprise her role as Kamala. She also shared what it means to play the senator.
It's such an honor to be involved in any presidential race. And I mean, geez, this one's a real doozy. So, it's really, really an honor. And I got to meet her, and she's so fantastic. She's so incredible. She's so energizing that I feel so good to be associated with someone so positive, and I just want to do her proud.
Cass, I think we could both agree that during an election cycle or an election year is when SNL is really at their best. And the fact that they're coming back into production in the studio live following the pandemic, I can't wait.
And it's interesting because I was reading an interview that Lorne Michaels did, and he said, obviously, it's not just that they're trying to do politics. They always just stay on topic of what is, going on in society and in the country. And that's what, we are just, days away, I feel like, from this election. So of course they're going to use this material, and bring it to the TV screens now. But they did post on Instagram yesterday, giving us kind of an insight into their rehearsal rehearsals. And we just showed a photo of Chris Rock at the table read wearing a mask, and shout out to his Detroit hat. Very happy about that. And then also you see here everyone going through the table read. What is so interesting is that, I mean, things are business as normal as they can be, I guess, in these kind of these times. In an interview with the Times, actually, Lorne Michaels did say that there's going to be heat sensors, there's rapid coronavirus tests just to get into 30 Rock, and they're going to limit how many people can be on the studio floor at one time, and you're going to have to wear masks right up until that red light goes on. So they are, of course, keeping COVID-19 safety precautions first and foremost, but also delivering the show.